Hey, second grade doodlebugs, it's Miss Pedersen. This week we are not doing a poetry lesson. There is a poetry choice on your learning map, and I included directions in Seesaw. You are welcome to turn in your acrostic poems about this year, and I would love to read them. But I actually want to talk to you this week about your interests. So, your interests are things that you're curious about, that you have questions about, that you want to learn more about. And I want you to think about these interests and what you're excited about learning. And then those are the things that I'd like for you to explore this summer. So I thought, hey, why don't I share one of my interests? And then I'm also, of course, going to share a book that I love. This is one of my favorite nonfiction picture books, and it's called How to Clean a Hippopotamus. How do you clean a hippopotamus? It's a look at unusual animal partnerships. So you can see some of the animals in those pictures. The authors of this book are Steve Jenkins and Robin Page, some of my favorites. And the book is about, like it said, animal partnerships. Now, the fancy word for animal partnerships, you ready, is symbiosis. Okay, I'll say it. Symbiosis. Now you say it. Let's clap it. Symbiosis. 4 syllables. Let's whisper it. Symbiosis. Symbiosis. Okay, just like in school, I have a definition. I have it in a sentence. I have the synonyms, and then I have a picture to show you. So the definition of symbiosis is the interaction between 2 living things. My sentence for symbiosis is symbiosis comes from 2 Greek words meaning with and living. 2 synonyms for symbiosis are relationship and partnership. And here's my picture for symbiosis. It is a clownfish and a sea anemone. And they are in a symbiotic relationship, so they are an example of symbiosis. Now, I'm going to read just a couple pages of this book to talk to you a little bit about symbiotic relationships or symbiosis, and then I'm going to tell you about your choices for this week. Okay, so it says, sometimes animals have surprising partnerships. Why does a giraffe let an oxpecker climb into its ear? A bird climbing into his ear. Why does a crab wave an anemone like a pom-pom? Why do a coyote and a badger team up? Why does a plover stroll into a crocodile's mouth? That's another bird. And how does a turtle keep a hippopotamus clean? Okay. These creatures and many others have formed relationships, and it's called symbiosis. Now, most of the relationships that are discussed in this book, the animals help each other, but they don't have to help each other to be in a symbiotic relationship. But in this book, they're helping each other. So this book explores some of these unusual partnerships. That's a synonym for symbiosis. Okay, I'm just going to read a couple. Here's the first one. It says, look, listen, and sniff. On the African savanna, grazing animals must lower their heads to eat, which can make it easier for a predator to sneak up on them. 3 different animals have found that feeding together makes them safer because each detects danger in a different way. Okay, so they're working together. The zebra has excellent hearing. It stays alert for the sound of danger. The wildebeest has an acute sense of smell. If the wind is blowing in the right way, it can sniff out a nearby predator. Okay, and then there's the ostrich, the tallest of the 3. He has good vision and frequently lifts his head and looks around. So the zebra is listening, the wildebeest is smelling, and the ostrich is looking. And when they eat together, they're safer. So they work together. Okay, one more. This is called Going My Way. The cattle egret is a long-legged bird of the African grasslands. Grasshoppers are one of its favorite foods. This egret hitches a ride on a waterbuck, or a large antelope. That's what they're called. As the waterbuck grazes, it's walking, and the hooves stir up grasshoppers hidden in the grass. The insects fly up, and the egret swoops down and nabs them. So the egret is getting food. The egret helps the waterbuck by warning of danger with a loud call. Look out! That lion is getting too close for comfort. So the egret gets food and the waterbuck gets warned about danger. So this is something that is really interesting to Miss Pedersen. I love learning about how animals interact with each other. Now, one of your choices this week is to think about an interest inventory. So I have some choices for you on there. There's some room for you to brainstorm, but your job is to think about what you're really interested in. What makes you excited about learning? And then for our midweek check-in, if you want to listen, I will read some more pages from our book, How to Clean a Hippopotamus, and we'll find out about some more animal partnerships or symbiosis. Okay, see you soon.